Hi there guys, it's Eastwood for Life fan back with another update, and this is the movie pickups update for the month of November 2019. Now, I've picked quite a few DVDs up lately from my local CX store, charity stores, and also my local knick-knack store, and all these DVDs are 50p buys, and I bought 8 DVDs. And most of these movies are movies that I haven't seen, or I have seen, but could possibly pick them up as a future Blu-ray upgrade. First one's a early 70s Al Pacino movie, The Panic in Needle Park. Don't think I've seen this one, where Al Pacino plays a heroin addict in New York City. I think this was one of the roles that convinced Francis Ford Coppola to screen Al Pacino for the Godfather movie. But for 50p, a worthy buy to see if I have seen this movie or not. Next one's a I say early 90s or mid 90s movie, Unlawful Entry, starring Kurt Russell, Ray Liotta and Madeleine Stowe. I've seen this movie back in the VHS days, where young couple, Madeleine Stowe and Kurt Russell, they suffer a break-in, and then a local policeman played by Ray Liotta becomes really friendly with the couple, and he checks in on them, and he gets a little bit too friendly for them. And this one's a pretty good thriller. I look forward to revisiting this movie, Unlawful Entry. Next one's an early 90s movie, and I'm going to embarrass myself and say that I have not seen The Unusual Suspects in full, because I remember when this movie came out, I kind of fell asleep in the first third of the movie, only to wake up to the finale, and I found out about the ending. And this one's a crime drama starring Steve Baldwin, Gabriel Byrne and Kevin Spacey, and I always missed the opportunity to watch this movie in full, but for 50p, let's watch this movie in completion this time, The Unusual Suspects. The next one is a Rutger Hauer movie that I've never heard of before. This is Armageddon, also known as Death Line or Red Line. And this is a sci-fi action movie. And this doesn't look that great a movie, but it's Rutger Hauer and it's worth 50p. So guys, have you seen this movie? Let us know what your thoughts on this movie, Armageddon. This is the remake, The Manchurian Candidate, starring Denzel Washington and Meryl Streep. And I've seen the original movie that was made in the 60s, starring Frank Sinatra. This one's a political thriller. I suppose it's more of a updated version. And it's one of the Denzel Washington movies that I haven't seen. I think this one's early 2000. Another Denzel Washington movie, Inside Man, and I didn't realise Spike Lee directed this movie, and it's got a great cast: Denzel Washington, Clive Owen and Jodie Foster, and also William Dafoe. And Denzel Washington plays a negotiator, a role that he's done a few times. Clive Owen does make a good villain, and I did check out the trailer for this. I always thought that Clive Owen would have made a pretty good James Bond movie, but missed opportunity. The last two DVDs, and this one's a Robert De Niro movie that I didn't know he directed. This is The Good Shepherd, and another movie that I always wanted to check out but kind of missed it a few times. And this one stars Matt Damon, Angelina Jolie, Robert De Niro, based on the about the CIA. The godfather of CIA movies. And the last one's a Simon Pegg and Nick Frost partnership movie, which they've been in quite a few movies together, like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. And this is Paul. Two sci-fi geeks go on a tour to the US, and in this one they meet a alien. Yep. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, more comedy fun in this one, I am sure. Not seen this one. So that's all my DVDs. On to the Blu-rays now, and this next one is a Arrow Academy release that I picked up in London in a FOP store, and this is The Far Country, the fourth Western, directed by Anthony Mann, I should say, starring James Stewart. And they did make 5 Westerns together. Probably the best ones that they did was Winchester 73 and The Man from Laramie. It's been a while since I've watched this movie, so I'm looking forward to checking the transfer of this Western from the 1950s. It does come with the slipcover. And you do get the booklet, which I will go into more detail when I will review this movie in my Westerns for Life section to the channel. But always good to get James Stewart movies on Blu-ray. In this one, The Far Country. Next one is the sequel to Westworld, and this is Future World, and they made the sequel a few years later after the original, where Delos opens up again, and Peter Fonda, he plays a reporter who doesn't believe that Delos is without problems and that humans are not within risk, and he wants to check out the place. And it's been a while since I've seen this sequel, and Yul Brynner does pop up in this one, but not as good as the original Westworld. And this is the UK 101 Films release, where Westworld stopped, Future World begins. And another 88 Films release, and this is Jamie Lee Curtis in Terror Train, part of the Slasher Classics collection. This one's number 41, movie from 1980, where a masked killer is on board on the train, and there's a few students, and it's New Year's Eve. Always wanted to pick this movie up, this Screen Factory edition, but that was always pretty pricey. This is I think the original poster, and with this release you do get the booklet, which we'll briefly go through. And Jamie Lee Curtis is my favourite Scream Queen, and I know that she's making the new Halloween movie set for 2020, Halloween Kills. There is Jamie Lee Curtis, and you sometimes do get a booklet with these 88 film releases. did pre-order this, so it was just released a few weeks ago. Terror Train. Onto the Jackie Chan movies that I picked up. This one's an early late 70s movie, To Kill with Intrigue, Jackie Chan. And this does come with the limited slip cover. And this is a Jackie Chan movie I don't think I've seen. You do get the Asian poster. It does give you the choice. And you do get some postcards, or lobby cards I should say. Quickly go check these lobby cards out, which is a nice touch from 88 Films. Jackie Chan, global superstar, martial artist, actor, film director, producer and stuntman. And 88 Films and Eureka are certainly releasing a lot of the Jackie Chan movies. Nice little slip cover there. And these movies do get a brand new 2K restoration. The second Jackie Chan movie, Snake and Crane Arts of Shaolin. This was the movie that he made in 1978 after To Kill with Intrigue. Same sort of release where you get a brand new 2K restoration. Limited slip cover. Get the Asian cover. And it does give you the choice. And you do get some lobby cards again. And I think this one I haven't seen as well. I think the first Jackie Chan movie that I watched was Snake and the Evil Shadow. But yeah, nice touch with these lobby cards. And they are reasonably priced, these Jackie Chan movies, on the 88 Films label. The next one is Dragon Fist. And I picked these titles up in the 2 for 15 deal at FOP in the in Covent Garden in London. I do like that original poster. You do get a choice of the cover. Guys, let us know your favourite Jackie Chan movie in the comments section. The next one's a joint Hong Kong and American production. This one's Battle Creek Brawl, and this is one that I watched in the VHS days. And kind of like a breakthrough movie, this one. It's directed by the director of Enter the Dragon, Robert Klaus. And you get quite a lot of the actors in the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon movie. They pop up in Battle Creek Brawl. This was also known as the Big Brawl. This was one of my favourite Jackie Chan movies from back in the day. Always remember that picture. And Jackie Chan, his style, his acrobatic style of fighting was a fan to many of us movie fans across the world. and one of the first Asian stars to follow Bruce Lee. Yeah, can't wait to check this one out. Battle Creek Brawl. And another Jackie Chan favourite, this was in the mid-80s, The Protector, and I pre-ordered this movie. Nice release, this one. It does come with a nice booklet. Jackie Chan and Danny Aiello, star of Do the Right Thing, New York City Cops, and that's the VHS cover that I remembered from back in the day. And in this one you get the booklet, you do not get any lobby cards. This one is a little bit more expensive to pick up, and there is a couple of several cuts of the movie. You get the Hong Kong version as well as the Jackie Chan recut release of the movie, where he had a hand in putting the movie together and how he wanted it to be put out there. Got some great photos, great chases in this movie, car chases, speedboat chases, and action scenes. Definitely in my top 5 Jackie Chan movies. The Protector. That is the slipcover. And the last Jackie Chan movie is one from the 90s, early 90s. This is Crime Story. And this movie is actually based on true events. And I have seen this one, but again, way back in the VHS days. So a revisit on a lot of Jackie Chan movies. And this is a similar release to The Protector. That's the other cover, but I've gone for the Asian looking cover. And this one you do get a nice little booklet about the movie. And Jackie Chan now, I think he's in his mid 60s now. Been making movies since the 1960s. I do need to pick up the Eureka Jackie Chan releases, like Police Story and Drunken Master. So plenty of Jackie Chan goodness for me to watch. Next one's a John Carpenter movie, Starman, starring Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen. And this was a mid-80s movie, a little bit of an underrated sci-fi romantic movie, where Karen Allen, she loses her husband and doesn't really get over the loss of her young husband, only for Jeff Bridges, who plays an alien who comes down to Earth, and he comes back sort of onto Earth as a life form of Karen Allen's husband. And this is one of the John Carpenter movies that was missing from my collection. Fine actor Jeff Bridges is. Another mid-80s movie, directed by Wolfgang Petersen, German director who directed Clint Eastwood's in the Line of Fire. This is Enemy Mine, starring Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. And this is the Eureka UK release. And funny, strange storyline, but this one actually works, where Dennis Quaid plays a soldier from Earth, and he arrives on a planet to discover a survivor in the enemy that he's been fighting against in a long space war. And Lou Gossett plays the enemy. And you do get a booklet in this Eureka release. And pretty good movie, this one, where they start off as enemies and then they kind of form a friendship as they try to survive on this isolated planet. Lou Gossett Jr., who hit the big time in his role in Officer and the Gentleman, and he made a few of the Iron Eagle movies. Enemy Mine. The next one is one of the releases of the year. Arrow Video's release of RoboCop, and this is the limited collector's set. You can pick up this set or this movie on Steelbook, but I've always preferred the collector's edition. Classic 1980s movie, directed by Dutch director Paul Verhoeven. And if you grew up in the VHS days, then this movie for sure would have been a favourite. And in this box set, I suppose a lot of you have seen many unboxings. That is the back. That is the original cover that I always remembered, hiring this movie out on VHS, The Future of Law Enforcement. And the only gripe I've got to say about this release, that could have had a newer transfer, but still a nice package put out by Arrow Video. And you do get two cuts of the movie, the director's cut. This property is protected by RoboCop. And you do get some lobby cards. And they did make the sequel a few years later. Peter Weller was in that one. The third one, not a good watch for me. You can pick up the RoboCop movies in a nice media book release from Germany. And this is the booklet, which I'll just briefly go through because I think a lot of you would have picked this up or seen quite a few unboxings of this. And Arrow really putting out some great editions towards the end of the year with American Werewolf in London and RoboCop. And you do get the poster, which I will not open. And basically the poster is these shots of the movie, double-sided. So guys, that's the collector's edition of RoboCop, and I'm sure many of you have seen this movie about the Detroit cop, played by Peter Weller, who returns half man, half cyborg after he gets gunned down by a street gang. Fun action movie, this one, RoboCop. So guys, make sure you pick this one up and don't sit on the fence in this fine release by Arrow Video yet again. This crime drama, We Own the Night, very underrated, this one, with a great cast in Joaquin Phoenix, which I did watch his new movie The Joker, which was a pretty good watch. And in this movie, We Own the Night, I've seen before, where Joaquin Phoenix and Mark Wahlberg play two brothers at opposite sides of the law, and Joaquin Phoenix plays a nightclub owner, and Mark Wahlberg plays a cop. And they try to crack down on Joaquin Phoenix's club, and Robert Duvall plays the father of the two boys. And you also get Eva Mendes, the beautiful Eva Mendes, playing the girl of Joaquin Phoenix. But a great movie, this one, and great cast. Two brothers divided by law, bound by loyalty. Next two movies are horror movies that was given to us by my buddy Dan, Physical Media for Life, as freebies. Sinister. Ethan Hawke is in this horror movie, and this one's from the producer of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. So guys, if you've checked this one out, let us know your opinions on this movie. And you also got me Hereditary. Gabriel Byrne is in this one. And this one I think came out last year. I thought several times about picking this one up in my local CX store. Seen the trailer of this one, and this one looks like a pretty good horror movie, this one. Every family tree hides a secret. And the last two movies, picked up The Stand in the 2 for 20 deal in FOP, Covent Garden. This is the Stephen King mini-series, and I've been on a bit of a Stephen King binge of late, and this comes with the slipcover. Looking forward to checking this mini-series out. I've never seen this one before, but I do know about. The last one is a boxing movie, I Am Duran, one of the greatest fighters in modern day history, the Panamanian fighter who'd won world titles in many weight divisions. Roberto Duran had his great wars with Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, and I look forward to watching this one as a big boxing fan. I Am Duran. So guys, that is the update for November 2019. Plenty of DVDs and a fair lot of Jackie Chan movies to watch also. So guys, till the next update, stay healthy and well, and as always, keep on collecting physical media.